She just pushed the button.
Just go with it.
Just go with it?
Yep.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to yet another episode of DoX Coast to Coast on YouTube, the visual aid that you've all been asking for. I'm here with ChrisifiX, your current NCW
Boom.
World, NCW Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah.
Right. All right, and of course I'm Exodus, and we're here to talk about really the past 2 weeks. We had a lot go on in the past 2 weeks. We want to talk a little bit about that, and of course some of what's coming up in the world of wrestling in general. In the world. Chris, do you want to talk first about the robbery that happened at NCW of your championship belt?
Briefly, I took on David Lee Rock, a dear friend of our station. But after I faced him and just beat him, Eric Adams decided to come back and took my belt. But tonight, a week later, I got my belt back because he went under contract. So we'll talk about tonight later tonight. So kind of talk about a little C-dub action.
A little C-dub action. Well, what basically happened is the AWC was holding a show called Out of Luck, and that was actually a week ago. It was last Friday. And there was Ricky Morton, Demolition Axe, and C.W. Anderson. Well, ChrisifiX was originally scheduled to face C.W. Anderson, but due to a pinched nerve and his obligations as the NCW Heavyweight Champion, he had to drop off that particular match. He recommended me for the match, and I got to wrestle C.W. Anderson. Now, there is this Fans' Choice Championship belt. The problem there is that the fans get to vote, sometimes for the competitors and sometimes for the matches. Well, these fans thought if they voted for a hardcore match, that C.W. Anderson, being the ECW original that he is, was going to easily beat the crap out of Exodus. And all they did... Crap.
You can say shit.
Okay, I'll expand my vocabulary next time. But basically, all they did was help me realize my true potential to become a hardcore specialist. And I dissected C.W. Anderson, and this resulted in this T-shirt
Hope he
that
has
Max
underwear
is
on.
wearing. This is the genuine blood of C.W. Anderson. So I will now be coming out in an Exodus T-shirt with the blood of ECW itself on it. So thank you, fans. You voted for that. And then the following night, I got to tap out Nicholas Gabriel. And then this week, I lost in a four-way elimination match, the Tech Championship. I plan to get that back. I will be holding both belts at the same time again. Absolutely. Plan on doing that.
Get your mind out of the gutter, people.
It's just a bottle of water. So, anyhow.
It's just a cartoon.
Anyhow, I heard that Stone Cold Steve Austin felt really embarrassed. That based on the last video that had hit DoX Coast to Coast, that he had dressed up another wrestler as you and talked about why you weren't tough enough. And so to make up for this bad blood between you and Stone Cold Steve Austin, who is not me, by the way. Right. So he got you a hot WrestleMania quality date.
Really?
I heard that you've got a date with Snooki.
Snooki and the fixation.
So you need to stay tuned to see what happens when ChrisifiX and Snooki go on a date. Anything else that you want to talk about in particular? We got WrestleMania coming up, Dragon Gate USA, Ring of Honor, 2 shows for the price of 1 on GoFi Live. There's just a plethora of wrestling awesomeness happening this upcoming week.
Or my match tonight. We never got to that. Thanks for skipping me.
I thought you talked about it tonight.
No. I took on Abel Adams in the big rematch, and I defended my belt that I was rewarded back tonight. And I won. Round 2. That's it.
Round 2, ChrisifiX beat Abel Adams. Round 2, ChrisifiX is holding the NCW Heavyweight Championship.
Team Ego. Team Ego. Part of the best independent tag team in the Carolinas.
The tag team in the Carolinas will be facing the new tag team in the Carolinas.
It's a bold statement.
It is a bold statement, but you know what? We have the talent, and the viral fan base to back it up. Viral. It's one of those words. Also, just as an official notice from the Wrestlers Alliance Revolution. Okay. The Wrestlers Alliance Revolution would like to announce that Go Fight Live has in fact accepted the American Pride DVD, iPay-per-view, and that we should, by this time next week, have an official launch date when you'll be able to go online and purchase American Pride and see Shane Douglas, the franchise, take on ChrisifiX, as well as TNA's television champion Gunner, also known to us as the NWA National Champion Phil Shatter. Former. Because he will be going up against Chance Prophet, who is the current NWA National Champion. You're talking about lots of quality action.
Lots.
Many refer to it as the absolute best show in the Carolinas, and some would even argue, and not us, we're talking about fans would argue, better than a lot of the big indie shows, including Ring of Honor. Now, that's a bold statement by our fans, not us. So you'll be able to tune in and decide it for yourself. Oh, by the way, if you go onto Netflix, you can see this awesome documentary called Fathead. I've lost 10 pounds eating McDonald's. Isn't that awesome? I eat McDonald's, I lose weight. That is fantastic. Best fucking diet ever. So, if McDonald's wants to sponsor a wrestler who's losing weight eating their food, just call on old X.
You know, you can't say stuff, you can't do that stuff for copyright issues. But
we're not selling the product. It's okay. It's okay. By the way, Coke Zero, also part of the diet.
Or Diet Coke, which I'm drinking. Thank you, Fathead.
Thank you, Fathead. Thank you, Fathead. Wrestlers Alliance Revolution. The final comments that we're going to make about what's going on this upcoming WrestleMania weekend. Of course, obviously, you have WrestleMania, where we will be criticizing it because the only good stuff about it that we see is that you have The Rock coming back and that you have, in fact, Triple H versus The Undertaker, round 2, even though they haven't mentioned that The Undertaker already beat Triple H at WrestleMania. Let's not mention that at all. WrestleMania 17. Look it up. Dragon Gate USA is going to be in Burlington, North Carolina this upcoming Friday, and then they're going to be Saturday and Sunday in Atlanta, Georgia at WrestleMania weekend. Ring of Honor will also be in Atlanta, Georgia, WrestleMania weekend, where they are doing Honor Takes Center Stage. Honor Takes Center Stage, which is going to be $20 for 2 wrestling shows on Go Fight Live. And then upcoming, you're going to see American Pride on Go Fight Live, and also the AWC show, where you get to see C.W. Anderson bleed the hard way. If you're a worker, you know what that means. And you're going to be able to see that on Go Fight Live in the very near future as well. Any final comments, Chris, before we turn these folks loose so they can go watch the rest of our stuff?
Yeah, I think I'm going to have me and Snooki's date recorded so these people can share my fantasy, if you will.
Well, she's kind of a camera whore anyway, so I'm sure she'll accept. Ladies and gentlemen, this is DoX Coast to Coast, saying excellence is what we do.
Whore.